really. With the kings of the Sunday, on the booth on a Monday. Just took a flight to the...
Before we get started, make sure to go and get your DC merch now. Find the link in the bio of our Instagram and also in the description of this video below. Go get it now. Welcome back to another podcast. We're joined here today by two special guests. Obviously, the what's it called, resident of this podcast, Lenzo. Lenzo, what you saying, Lenzo?
I'm good, man.
Chat to us. What's happening this week? You got some exciting news to drop?
Yeah, this week, man. EP dropping next week on the 5th. And I got another surprise for you guys on the 7th as well. Go listen to my Gucci freestyle that I dropped. And I got another freestyle this Sunday as well. So by the time this comes out, the freestyle will be out today.
Good stuff. Like he just said, go and check out his podcast. Oh, sorry. Go check out his Instagram for his latest freestyle.
Yeah, man.
My mind's in two places because I've got some sad news to tell you guys. But and then we're also joined by another special guest. We go way back. We've managed to keep in touch here and there. We've got Don on the podcast. What you saying, Don?
What are you saying, bro? It's been a while still. How long have I known you since? What? 2000
I was about 18, 19, used to play. So damn, I'm now 25.
When I was your coach, innit?
Do you know Don used to be? Don used to be the centre forward, yeah, but it was bare fast, but I just couldn't finish it.
But yeah,
Josh Kadoo, fam.
Yeah, Josh Kadoo.
What do you guys at school, fam?
So I used to play centre.
He's waffling.
I was a centre. No, he had goals in him. I'm lying. I was a centre half, yeah, and we used to ping it to him and just hope for the best. But them days are done for me.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like you said, love for having me here, bro. I'm grateful.
No worries, man. Chat to us what you do anyway. So like, obviously, you do your own sort of podcast. So chat to everyone what kind of podcast you do. What does it like entail, and let everyone know where they can find you and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I got a podcast of my own with me and my mate Kay, and what we do is we have a platform for dads, basically, essentially. So it's called Listen to Daddy Podcast. All platforms, so Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of that. You can find us on Instagram as well. But what we do is we essentially talk about dads and just celebrate dads, innit? Because a lot of things that I've heard in the past is all negative, and like, he ain't got a dad, she ain't got a dad. But what about the dads that are actually there? So we're just celebrating dads and telling our stories. Yeah,
of course.
So
I think that's important, because very important. There's two sides to every story, and it feels like it's this day and age only one story gets portrayed, innit?
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's important, especially now that both stories get told, and everyone can make their own opinion and judgments then, instead of having only one person tell their story.
Yeah, open the dialogue, man.
And more time, it's nothing about telling a story, it's just celebrating the man them.
Yeah,
simple
course,
as that.
yeah.
Man. With women, they can communicate, they have all different platforms to talk about things and their feelings and that. Where, for example, with men, like, mental health is important to us, but a lot of things we don't talk about.
You know what? Men's mental health matters, man. I didn't think about it today.
So
something like that. Something for us to just man them together.
Exactly. So our podcast is literally like that. For example, just having conversations about things that we want to talk about, or get off our chest, that we don't normally speak to everyone about. But it's just comfort zone. Like being here with you, for example, having this conversation now, comfortable.
Yeah, of course.
There's no judgment, nothing like that.
I think it's important, especially even like these uncertain times we're going through right now. It's important that everyone's just together, talking when they can, meeting up when they can, even though it's difficult. But your platform is great. I mean, I tuned in the last podcast.
Yeah, love that,
and it's good stuff, and it's good to try. It's good to hear kind of different stories and perspective, and just have a bit of jokes and banter sometimes, and just hear and see what's happening.
Gems. Yeah.
But like I said, me and Don go way back, and there's a rumor as well that you're gonna come sign for DC for the Sundays. So
I still got listen, man, you
got set to prove, man.
see them ones there when you still got that little something to prove, and you're itching to get the boots tied up, and I said to you as well, like, when we restart, come down to training, get the boots laced up.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I'm ready, because I've always kept fit, so it's nothing for me to play football. I've always maintained a level of fitness. Obviously, check out the gram, you lot are seeing it.
Yo, man, them hearing this.
Yeah.
Strikers are shaking right now. It's dangerous.
We're trying to boost our kind of striking options, innit?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind still.
Don't worry, we'll get you down to training, get you working, get into the
prolific goal scorer, man.
Exactly, and hopefully.
Hey, the left foot is serious though. That's all I'm saying, innit?
Is it? No. And he's mad. He's fast as well, Like when I say someone's fast, he's fast.
Like, he has actually gone.
He's still going to gym.
Come on, man.
Normal. Come on, man.
This guy. I remember back in the day, we used to go the gym in East Croydon, and I remember I did one session with him, and he
didn't want to go no more.
He went over the full session. It's the calf session. It's the calves. He was like, Dylan, you got. I still remember to this day. He was like, we're doing the calf pressure. I was doing some mad weight. He was like, no, I didn't do it on your tiptoes, and I was like, huh? and I done it, and I couldn't move my feet, bro.
You know, that's how you know someone's different, fam.
It's
I'm
simple
doing a whole day
course.
just for the cast, fam. It's different.
It was mad. It was
different
crazy.
levels, fam.
But yeah, like I was touching base on there anyway, quickly, like in regards to return to football. Same old we've had the last few weeks. You know, we don't know when it's going to return. We're hoping it returns sooner rather than later. Hopefully we can resume this season. Hopefully we can, you know, get Don back on the pitch, get him playing, get him scoring, get some wins under our belt, because we haven't had a great season for the Sundays this year. But hopefully it can change, and hopefully get some fortune into us. But we'd like to start off this podcast, have a moment of silence actually, for my uncle. My uncle Lampard. Some sad news come early in the week, and I'm going to tell you how I found out the news as well, which is going to make it even more jokes. So, obviously, I work in primary schools. I teach, my whole business teaches in primary schools, and I was in a primary school. I was in a classroom, and obviously my group chat was going off talking about Lampard getting sacked. And obviously primary schools at the moment, I've got their lockdown classes in, so they were watching Newsround. So I found out on Newsround that Lampard got sacked, and I thought like I was going to cry, because you see Lampard growing up, he was like my actual hero. Like everyone knows me from back in the day. Lampard was my hero. I wanted to be like Lampard. I wanted to have Lampard haircut, Lampard on the back of my top. He was my idol when I was growing up, and obviously him coming back to Chelsea as a manager was like a whole different thing for me, because I've watched him, and I've looked up to him as a player when I was younger, and now as a man I've seen him manage the club. So it was a kind of like surreal moment, him coming back. But I feel like his sacking on Monday was just injustice. I feel like,
should we get the violins out?
Yeah, get the violins out.
Yeah.
Everything, because it was an injustice. I feel like, and everything I've been saying is regards to like, Abramovich knew what he was investing in when he got Lamps in to start with. He knew that it was a project. He come in on the back of 1 year at Derby.
100.
Where he had no experience, he had nothing to like go back to if anything was going wrong. Abramovich knew that, and he took the chance on him and gave him a 3-year deal to change that around.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
See, on that note there, though, do you think Frank should have took that job at that time?
100%. Because I had this conversation the other day. Obviously, as a music artist, if we was to go back like 5 years ago, obviously Chelsea's Lampard's club, innit? The same with JT, it's his club, innit? So it's like, if he didn't take it now, the opportunity may never come again. And it's like what I asked you, like 5 years ago, if someone said to you, right, you can go and perform at Wireless main stage, like, are you taking that? Or are you gonna say, no, I'm not ready for that shit?
But you know what it is? The only thing I say, the reason I asked that, like, ignoring that for a sec, like, you know how Chelsea are. The opportunity's gonna come up 100 times. Like, you know how Chelsea are.
But you know it is as well.
The opportunity's gonna come back.
I feel like for Frank as well. I feel like for him, like he didn't know how his career was going to go in it. So he could have stayed at Derby for another year, and he could have went shit.
And he could never got an opportunity.
He could never got an opportunity. So if it's coming calling, he has to take it.
Yeah, he's Chelsea through and through, so he has to. Like, literally, he bleeds Chelsea, innit? So yeah. But to add to what you said though about the whole, do you feel like he would have known that he had a short time to prove himself in terms of like, in the last 10 years, 10 managers or something like that? So do you think he kind of knew? Like, what do you think?
He knew. I think he knew.
Do you know he did know, because
he did know
in his first press conference, he just said like, I know I was at the club for 13 years. Like, I know the expectations of Chelsea.
Yeah.
So he knew that if he underperformed, he would get the chop. But I tell you what as well, which was good, but for him it would really hurt him, is that he overachieved last year, and that hurt him because he set a tone where he is at as a manager. If we would have finished at 6th or 7th, and we are how we are now, I don't reckon he would have still got sacked, I think, but the pressure wouldn't have been on him too much. Whereas last year we finished 4th, a weaker side with a transfer ban in his first season.
Yeah, but you know, no, I do agree with that. But man, the season's not over, man.
That's the thing as well.
The points are close. Like,
he has a lot of time.
It's a lot of time to change it around. So, like, even with that being said, like, regardless of where he finished last year, okay, you're 8th right now, but people are 8th tomorrow and they're not 8th first tomorrow.
Like,
so many.
The league has been up and down this season. It's only fair you give him more time
to rectify it, man.
Liverpool,
you bought loads of new players.
Yeah.
You think you're going to spend 250 mil, buy random players and be like, yeah, win Prem.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
gonna
how it
work like
goes.
that.
It's not
And
how
he
it
hasn't
goes.
got enough time to even groom them players how he wants
Yeah,
to play
exactly.
and give them
And
results. So that's mad.
And the thing as well is like with that as well, the players need time to adapt and to play properly. And if you look at there's two examples, yeah. If we look at like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Arteta, 4 weeks ago it was Arteta out because he had 8 games, 8 weeks.
Man, Oli out as well. It's just
same with Oli, but
when they went out Champions League.
the thing about their whole and this
Oli's at the wheel.
they're second now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't win the league, but with like their project, like they believe in a manager, they will give their manager time. Whereas, what's the point? There was no point of bringing Lampard in. You might as well just from the get go brought an experienced manager in.
Yeah, no point wasting his time.
And even like now, like I feel like it's the way they just treated him. Like he got a phone call 8 a.m. Tom's got to Stamford Bridge. Couldn't say bye to his players.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let him back in training facility to say bye. Yeah.
Like, have you seen that video like with the Barcelona NFL player trying to get through the glass doors and he can't get in? They wouldn't even let him say bye.
Yeah.
Club legend, you know.
That is mad.
And it is. The way it was so quick.
They had it pre-planned.
New manager came in immediately. Like he was already assigned, and they said, "Yeah, just hold off quickly. Let's just fire him. Like you're ready to go, so we're gonna fire him." So they definitely knew, but probably like a month before, there was rumblings in Athletic. They said they knew a month before. They said that they tried to get rid of him in December. Yeah, they're trying to get rid of him by the end of December. Gone. So the new contract was already done, planned, ready. So as soon as he gone, new manager. The same day they announced a new manager.
And even that as well. Yeah, it's like with that whole thing of Lamps, like there's more than just on the field stuff. Is why he got sacked. He got sacked because I was reading Athletic earlier or yesterday, and like he got sacked for numerous things. Like they wanted to sack him in August, didn't it?
What?
They wanted to sack him in August.
The Lamps are going back and back.
They wanted to sack him in August because in January, obviously we could buy players, we couldn't play them because of transfer ban. But he wanted to buy Aubameyang, innit? And he wanted to buy like Declan Rice and a few other players, and the board said for Aubameyang, the board didn't want to buy Aubameyang, so they bought Ziyech, and he didn't want Ziyech. And he wants to buy Declan Rice because he can utilise him in different positions, and the board said that they're not going to bring Declan Rice in because he was an academy player that's a reject, and it will bring embarrassment to the club.
Yeah,
he got better somewhere else.
So they didn't want to spend like 30-40 million pound on him, and obviously it's embarrassment for the club because we've done it before with Matic. We let Matic go to Benfica and then bought him back for 35 mil.
Yeah.
So.
But apparently Lampard kept pushing for it though. Like they said, "Yo, chill."
Kept pursuing it, innit? So he fell out with the board, and then there's bare other stuff I've read as well. Like apparently that the player like Rudiger, the rat, like when it snaked to the board and stuff about his behaviour and just loads of different things. But I do think that he should have been given more time. 3 wins. If we got 3 different wins, we're in a whole different position.
If he'd have won Wolves tonight, what's the next game after that? Burnley. After that, bro. Like, and then
no, I don't think he would have been safe. I think he would have got sacked regardless. Because from you saying that,
they
had it ready from August, December, he was gonna go regardless.
I think, yeah. But then again, I think for Chelsea, and I said this in my group chat yesterday. I think we see with Chelsea, like we're now gonna be suffering for a long time because managers bring in players to play for them and their kind of style of play, and every time you sack a manager, you either have to get new players in or you change stuff around. So we're in this position now because of incidents that happened 10 years ago, because we sacked a manager 10 years ago that has a plan and a method, and every year it just changes, and now we're left with a squad where
there's no identity.
There's no identity.
way that they play.
And one thing I will say, and the only thing I will leave on this Lampard thing is that the only thing that Lampard's left in this club at the moment, and obviously it depends on the new manager does what he needs to do, but the only thing that he's embedded into the club is that he's played these youth players, isn't it?
Yeah, he gave them a chance.
He's given them a chance. Obviously, we spoke last week saying that he had no choice to, but like he gave them a chance.
But it is. I'll tell you right now, Chelsea ruthless. They don't care.
No, they don't.
Lampard is gone now. They're gonna do what they want to do to win.
And that shows if they can do that to someone from the inside who's born and bred, well, pretty much born and bred, who loves Chelsea, bleeds Chelsea. If they could do it to him and treat him how they treated him, so no one else can be respected.
You think you're gonna come in there and be treated better than Lampard?
Yeah,
he's a goat of Chelsea. You're mad.
Yeah, I just feel like Chelsea. I'm not gonna lie. Since the news dropped, I've been upset, bro. I don't even watch Chelsea play today. I don't really care what the score is either. So no disrespect to Thomas Tuchel, whatever his name is.
Tuchel.
I don't give a shit about him.
Listen, I'll tell you what as well, yeah.
Don't give a shit.
I'll tell you what as well, yeah. Like, if Werner and Havertz start playing mad, it's criminal.
They're also
criminal.
They're
But
also
that normally happens when a manager leaves anyways,
They
innit?
start doing them
when they get something new, because when he comes in first, he's gonna be like, express yourself. I don't know you boys.
Yeah,
like that,
so like prove to me who's the guy
who
who's
wants to
start.
start in the 11. He doesn't know his favourites.
So they're gonna be doing the most to prove.
Phil,
It.
I'm
I
gonna
think,
check the
why
score
couldn't you
now
just do it
quickly.
before?
Yeah, that's mad.
Because even like tonight, Mount dropped. He made 10 changes
Yeah.
from the last game. So he came in and straight away and went,
To be fair though, it was the Luton game. So
yeah, no, I agree with you, but like I reckon like the board's told him like, listen, you can come, we've got our deal in place, but you better make
these two investments
work.
Yeah.
Can you
true.
do that? He was
Big
like, yeah,
money.
man, I'm German as well. We can communicate. Come, I'll make them work. Done, no
He
problem.
would know about them because that's where he's from.
So
innit?
for his
But,
guys,
yeah.
So yeah, man, it's just sad times for Uncle Lampard. Lamps, if you hear this, like, I'm just a phone call away, man. Come on, I got a management spot down at DC for you. So if you wanna give me a call, just find me on Instagram and don't worry.
quickly, lastly on that, what's next for Lampard? Where to next?
I was about to get to that actually. See, for him, personally, he's got 2 jobs that he should go and do. One of the jobs, he should go to Celtic and take the Celtic job and go be an SPL because...
Or versus Gerard and that.
Versus Gerard. Give that Gerard versus Lampard competition again.
Yeah.
It's an easier league, but there's a lot of domestic success there. So
Yeah,
he can go Celtic and get that experience and win things there.
And the confidence, because can you imagine how he must feel right now as well? Like,
Yeah,
that is mad. He must be low.
Crazy.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
so he
it eased the
needs
pressure off him because he's in Scotland. Like, see Gerard, like when he was doing bad last year, they had no pressure on him.
because it's
Yeah.
away. Like we're not even looking.
We
at
don't
that.
really look at-
Yeah.
But have you seen Gerard now?
Beast.
Monster.
Undefeated.
Unbeaten. 25 points clear.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. Well, so
Their
Lampard-
right back is that top goal scorer in the league.
goal scorer,
Yeah, I've seen him.
And top in
Yeah,
assists,
yeah,
right
yeah.
back. What is that?
So yeah, man, he needs to do that. All the other job he takes is he goes to take the Palace job.
Boy, I'll take him. I'll have it. Mate, I'll take it. Yeah? We need a new manager with fresh vision.
Yeah,
Someone who wants to take us forward.
Yeah.
Not same manager who wants to just survive.
I can see
Tired.
it working still.
Yeah, I'll take it, man.
I feel like the young boys love Lamps as well.
Yeah,
if you look
everybody
at it like
respects
that.
him.
That's the key thing as well.
That's the key thing. Them not grew up watching him, so they're gonna
Yeah,
feel
man.
like, if he comes, it's someone that man is familiar with, kind of thing. So that
Exactly.
work.
And then we'll get Mount on loan because
You'll buy
Tuchel's
that.
going to bounce him.
No, do you know what it is as well? You see Palace as well because of how like important Lampard sees the youth here. Palace's youth is immense. Like he'll bring them bare youth players that are actually good and will play them, innit?
He'll pick the right
and
way to
he'll
play
trust them. And
Yeah.
one thing we've learnt from Lampard is that he can actually work with no money.
Yeah, he's
because
proven.
last year he had no money to spend.
Finished
He'd done
fourth, you know.
a decent job.
That's an achievement, you know. You got to deep that.
But do you not think it's because he knew he spent bare money that he had to perform, and maybe he was changing things too much, and it just went left? Do you think that as well? Because when you buy a players, you know that you have to use them, and the pressure becomes something different. So
Yeah,
you feel like he had the pressure on his shoulder that if I don't make these lot work, it's gonna be mad. But
He was-
where he had the players that he had no choice, and he made that work. What do you think about that
I
dynamic
reckon
of it
it
as
got
well?
to a point in the season that wasn't working that in his head, he actually thought, these guys are dead. I just want to... No,
Yeah.
hear me out. Like, I just want to use what I know because it works.
Yeah,
Fourth
yeah.
last season, we can do a thing. The league is open right now.
Yeah.
We can do a thing with the guys I know how to play. But the board pressuring him like, you have to make them work. So he's trying to find any way to try to fit him in, thinking,
Yeah.
just work. Like, to the point where in press conferences and post-match interviews, he's losing his head a bit.
Yeah, he looks.
Because he's desperate. He's desperate. Yeah, he's looking old. He's using his head.
looks
He's
different.
You see when
Desperate.
Lamp's 42, like you can tell he's 42.
Yeah, man, it's moved to him, man. It's
Like,
moved to him. Bro.
I'm seeing on the touchdown boldness in the back
fam,
of his head.
when he
and
took the
that.
job, he looked fresh. Now he looks just stressed, depleted, bro.
He looks like Jose, innit?
Yeah, different. yeah,
I'm
moved
pepping
him.
that. Like,
Yeah, pepping that.
but yeah, man, he's
Pep
just
happy over there, though, man.
Pep's happy.
Pep's happy
He's got
over
that
there.
shiny bald head.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Calm.
He gets
The
his
pressure's off
transfers.
of him as
Yeah,
well,
you know, he
mad.
gets his own transfer. You know why? Because the board do what they're supposed to do. They let the manager manage.
Yeah,
Have you noticed as well? Chelsea have stopped using that term manager. Everything head coach now.
yeah.
Like, see, Tuchel, he's not the manager. He's a head coach.
Head coach, yeah.
And so they just let you know, like, you're just a head coach. We tell you what to do. They're not going to let him. But, see, what I read up on is Tuchel has a history of going against the board.
Yeah.
Even at PSG. He was pissing them off at PSG because he kept saying, like, he wanted all these players and he
They
wants
wouldn't-
them
they
when
wouldn't
he
allow
wants
him.
them.
Yeah.
So he put them on back foot and be like, yeah, get this player now. Like, I want him or else we're not, it can't work. So it's been interesting to see how him and Abramovich work together because, boy, he ain't going to be obedient. He'll be nice at first and he'll start being like, no, I want this.
Yeah.
So let's just see how it goes.
And that's what makes these men the best, though, isn't it? Because all the best managers are like that. They want what they want.
Yeah, but a board should provide that for them. You got money, let them manage. You're not a manager, bro. Roman, this is all his fault, you know.
Yeah, it's Roman's fault.
He's put that player power in there.
As much of his success he's brought to Chelsea, because he brought a hell of a lot of success.
100%.
It's come out of cost.
You know what he's bought? He's bought a hell of a lot of money. Bought a hell of a lot of money, and as I keep saying, success and dominance is different. Chelsea will never be dominant. They'll be successful. They'll pick up any trophy and add it to their history. But dominance, like Ferguson had there, that dominance.
Come on.
Even recently, what Pep's done in the last few years, that's that they dominated. Like they dominated. Do you know what I'm saying? That's real dominance. If Chelsea want to get that dominance, you got to have a manager that you believe in and you build a project with. There's going to be some down seasons. As you saw before, Alex Ferguson took the job in 1986, yeah?
Yeah.
He didn't win his first Prem until 1992.
That's true. That's time.
They believed in him, and look what happened after that.
And check, as I said last week, like look at it speaks for itself. And look at if he was the Chelsea manager now, he would have been gone time ago.
Mad in this day and age. We've gone time ago.
But do you know, as a Lamps, I just hope as a Chelsea fan, he comes back.
Greatness takes time.
It's about 5 years' time.
Greatness takes time. They got to let greatness flourish, man. You can't just be firing. Because you know it is. Tuchel, watch. He'll go win Prem, you know. He'll go win Prem next season. Then season after that, he's gone. 2 seasons, I give that man. 2 seasons, max. Gone. You men are ruthless. You men are different.
No, do you know what it is? I'm actually in a depressive zone like right now. Like I can't lie. To see Lamps get bodied like that, it felt like. I tell you what, it felt like the emotion. It felt like when Jose Mourinho first. It felt like I was 12 years old again when Jose first got sacked.
Should've given him relapse, bro.
Relapse, bro. And I remember that day, like it was yesterday. Jose Mourinho got sacked. It was all over the news. I was like, Jose, Uncle Jose, he been sacked.
This is like Rooney, the great one, yeah. Going back to United to manage, and they just disrespect him like that. How could you do that? Like,
yeah, that would hurt me.
That would hurt.
If you went to United and it happened, that would hurt me. Like,
did they even treat him like that? The way they've done to Lampard. So the last one I'm gonna say in it, like, and I'm not even a Chelsea fan. I just think I'm just sick and tired of what Chelsea do in it because they're the team that brought that culture to the Premier League of second. Like, seasons,
they made it
other
easier
teams
for
started
everyone
doing
else.
this second thing. I'm thinking, no, you don't do that. You got to keep a manager. You got to stick with him. You got to believe in him. It ain't gonna be perfect all the time, man.
Yeah, man.
So it's not, I think it's annoying. It's wrong, man. What they done to him and the way they done it as well. They ousted him, pushed him out.
Yeah, it was. Even talking about it now, it's making me feel sad, bro. Because the way, him as a club legend, and the way they should have treated him.
Do you know what they
should have done? If anything, just give him to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Word. And it's not even like, you know when a man just scores goals, yeah, but he's actually a baller.
Like
he doesn't just score goals. He is a baller. Like
he's one of the best ever to play football.
Work hard, attitude.
Like, man is he's an icon.
And do you know what I think it is? And obviously it's evident, but the one player that's definitely gonna suffer from this is Mason Mount.
Definitely.
That's like his dad, isn't
that's
it?
Like his dad.
That's his dad.
He basically Mount's my brother, and obviously that's
his dad, fam.
Well, my cousin in it, and you know, but
you know what's mad? Mount, yeah, was like how Lampard was when Harry Redknapp was playing him back in the day.
And he was sitting beside him.
That's exactly what it was like.
Yeah, because everyone was like,
mark my words, 20 years.
He's gonna be like, and it was right.
And Lamps done the same thing on Mount. Was like, listen, he may not be able to do the step overs and that, but he'll be right up there. Give me 5 years time, he'll be right up there.
He'll get that 5 years, B.
If I Mason Mount,
push me. Yeah.
And you know, as well, you think getting a captain's armband at 22 years old, you're not gonna get gassed over that.
Been at Chelsea your whole life. Hey, you know what?
From he's 6, innit?
Fam, you know what someone said to me at work, which was mad? Someone said, Mount will be at United within the next 3 years. Mount at 2.0. That's what they said. They said Mount will be at United within the next 3 years. He will go to United in the next 3 years.
Do you know what it is?
Because Mount will rise up and show his true powers, right? And then, but will he be see Tuchel? I'm telling you from the jump, and I'm telling you now, yeah, he will not be in favour with this new manager. He won't. He's gonna be in favour with this new manager. I cannot see.
And also the dynamics as well. Like if you love Lamps that much, how are you gonna feel seeing my man in his position now that he's gone as well? So that's gonna be a bit mad for him.
It's gonna be different. Man.
If I'm Mount, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm not gonna lie, Mount's a Premier League player. So unless Lamps goes back to Championship, if he goes to another Premier League club or SPL, I'm following Lampard. If Lamps goes Celtic and he ain't in favour at Chelsea, Mount, I'm going Celtic. I'm out. I'm going Celtic. I'm following Lampard, following my dad, going Celtic and win trophies.
Word. I see him most likely, like you said, going to Palace. To be fair,
I can see it now.
I can see Mark going there as well.
Because it is. I see you now. Lamps will go Palace. Like let's say he went Palace, yeah.
Yeah.
Mount will get loaned with Palace.
Yeah.
Like, next season or something. I can see it now.
Or they'll sell him.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a Chelsea fan, I hope that doesn't happen because the fairy tale story for Mount is obviously he's 6 years old, come from the academy, and comes at Lampard, becomes a captain.
Do you think Lampard will eventually go back to Chelsea one day?
Never.
You know what I think?
I think he wouldn't, because I think the same thing. He saw how they treated Jose going back and then happened to him. I think he would be thinking, you know what, once bitten, twice shy kind of thing. So I don't think he'll go back.
One thing that Lamp should do though, and I hope it does happen, is
I'm intrigued to see where his career path takes him if he don't go back to Chelsea.
Is get the England job.
20 years, a long way away.
Get the England job.
Lamps is young, you know.
And I tell you why as well, because if you look at Gareth Southgate, he's done a decent job at England. His managerial career at club level is a shambles. He got relegated with Middlesbrough.
Yeah,
it's a shambles, and he got the England job. If Lampard can do what he done at Chelsea, with the same kind of philosophy as Southgate in regards to the players and that, he can defo.
And it is
do a decent job at England.
We need for England respect to Southgate. I'm not going to disrespect him.
No, he's done a decent job.
Someone like Lampard, an English legend, to come there and manage England will be great for us if he can do the job. But he needs that experience first. He needs that experience. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like Chelsea kind of took him out of. It kind of unstabilized him a bit. Like took him out of ways because he was going to do a gradual thing. He was going to get W promoted and do his thing, move up. So then one day arrive at Chelsea and then like 60 years old when he's done his thing, he can go to Chelsea and be the man and be Ferguson there. That's what you lot wanted, innit? Him to be that guy for 20 years there winning it. But bro, this thing kind of, I don't know.
I don't think Chelsea were set up for him.
Nah.
But
some Arabs need to come by you lot and then leave man to manage that. Yeah. That's it. Because Roman is a problem. He's a problem in that club. Big problem in that club.
I just think Roman's the board issue. Lampard's just got to take this on the chin in a sense and just go and find another club, carry on his journey as a manager. Yeah. And prove Chelsea wrong. And
don't take time out. I don't think you should take time out. I think you should take the rest of the season out and get back in it. Start next season. Not take a season out, not a year out and that.
But yeah, enough about Uncle Lampard. Like I said, Lamps, if you hear this, come and give me a call because I'm ready. I'm here. But so boys, something that circulated in our group chat last week, and I feel like it's a good topic, and I think especially we're just talking about a young ex-player manager, so we're going to talk about the teams that also have young ex-players that are managers now, which are United and Arsenal. Both in the last 10 years haven't been great, but before that, there was the two driving forces of English football for a long time. And obviously, the two teams that are the most evident dominating teams are the United 1999 team.
Prolific.
Which obviously won the treble.
Yeah, 100%.
And the Arsenal 2004 team, which done the Invincibles.
Different.
So yeah, I feel like what I want to know is that which team, if they were to play each other right now, would win in a game, and which team's achievements were better.
No way, you can't even, bro.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Already United.
Yeah, what? Talking about what treble achievements? Yeah.
Champions League. Champions League. Think about what I'm saying to you. Champions League.
Arsenal fans, you know it is. I promise you right now, this is gonna rustle some feathers. If they could get that Champions League that they
and swap it for
Invincible,
yeah, they'll do it.
They'll do it.
Because do you know what it is?
You're mad.
Do you know what it is?
Don't do it, man.
Do you know what it is? Both are incredible achievements.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna break down a few things in it with both teams.
Alright, let's go.
Right,
so let's
go.
I've got a lot of stats here. I've done some research and I made it very clear. Yeah. So obviously, 1999, Man United won the Premier League. Yeah. They played 38 games, won 22, draw 13, lost 3, scored 80 goals, conceded 37, and got 79 points.
Yeah.
Great season. Arsenal's unbeaten Invincible season, played 38 games, they won 26, drew 12, lost 0. They scored 73 goals, so they scored 7 less than United did.
Yeah.
And they conceded less goals. They got 26 conceded, and they got 90 points, which at the time was a record in the
that's
Premier
mad,
League.
Unheard of.
that's
Unheard
mad.
of.
Champions League, 1999, Man United won it.
Yeah.
2004, Arsenal actually lost in the quarterfinals to
Say it.
Chelsea.
Well, okay, we go back as well. Before you said the unbeaten run, how many games? So who beat them when that stopped? though? United.
Oh,
Right, cool. But continue. Innit? I'm just trying to throw that out there as well. innit?
So yeah, that's that. Man United, 1999 FA Cup winners.
Yeah.
Winners. United.
Greatest cup competition in the world.
Arsenal, they lost in the semi-finals. Guess what team they lost to?
Oh no.
Man United.
United in the
no.
semis. League Cup.
Stifled their history.
Obviously, League Cup is another trophy, but a lot of clubs don't take it serious. But yeah, Arsenal lost in the semi-finals that whole season, the unbeaten season, to Middlesbrough. United got knocked out in the quarterfinals to Spurs. Now, there's some good stats there, but one thing, like I said, they're both huge achievements.
Yeah.
To this day, no team has got close to winning the treble. Maybe City, in a sense. And the same Liverpool trying to do unbeaten season, but they haven't done it. It's both been very hard to do. But for the last week or few days, it's been a tough decision for me to decide which team was better. On paper, it's a different story.
Different story.
It's a different story. But what I'm about to tell you though is that you see like the unbeaten season thing, yeah. You're not doing unbeaten season if you're getting knocked out of cups. It can't run like that.
So you're saying the unbeaten season wasn't unbeaten?
The unbeaten season in the Premier League, yeah? But you can't tell me about unbeaten season and get knocked out by Middlesbrough in the Carling Cup or whatever it was, FA Cup. Carling Cup, yeah?
So you're saying, say it plain, like you're saying basically you failed in everything else.
They had a very good season in the Premier League, unbeaten season. 49 games in the league, unbeaten.
That's incredible.
Great. They didn't lose any games, 49 games. But again, it's like you said, they would in an instant. If they had the two in their hand,
immediately,
unbeaten season or Champions League,
yeah,
that treble. Come on, man, don't be silly.
not even the treble, just the Champions League.
Don't lie, like
They will take that.
They'll lie, they'll cap.
They will take that in it. So it's like what?
I gotta get Martin.
Yeah. Grab Martin. Grab Martin. So we need another voice in it because obviously we've got United fam.
I got it because it's not fair for him.
It's not fair. So we want to hear Martin. But whilst trying to get Martin done, tell us like what do you think? Obviously you're gonna say United, innit? So
I'm 100% gonna say United.
Break it down to us.
Alright, so think of it like this, yeah. Even if you say that we won the treble, which we did, the squad depth that we must have had in that time, the players that we had. So let's say forget the treble. If we focused only on Prem to just be unbeaten, we would have slapped it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that, bro.
That's true.
Without the whole treble and everything behind it, yeah, we know that it's sick and it's amazing and it's never been done or whatever. Yeah, but if we were to focus only on Prem to be unbeaten like what they did, to be invincible, you think we wouldn't do that easily?
Do you know as well? Another thing, and this isn't me just digging at Arsenal because I feel like that's what it sounds like, innit? But one thing I watched in it and read is that Arsenal near the end of that campaign didn't care about winning. They just cared about a draw was fine, and that's why they got knocked out of the Champions League by Chelsea, because a draw was fine to them. As long as I was winning the Premier League or doing what they could in the Premier League was fine. So I feel like, with that being said, it kind of steers closer to the United team being the better team out of the two. But that's just based on stats, innit? But if we still go into actual players and talk about what
quickly, if I can say one thing as well. I know this is another thing that's gonna sound wild, but like, fam, do you think if I have United's history, yeah, do you think I care about one of the seasons being unbeaten? I don't give a damn. I'll be straight with you.
What's it about?
I'll keep it a buck with you. I don't give a damn.
What is it about?
Because right now, does that matter, fam? I don't give a damn. I want to win those Prems. I want to win treble. I want to win Champions League. Yes, Invincibles is nice at the time, but bro, if I win the league the same way, if I win the league and I lose one game, I won the league, didn't I?
That's true.
Who cares?
And that's what I'm going to go on to the next. So here's the thing, yeah. Arsenal done unbeaten season. Fantastic.
Yes.
The next season, Chelsea won the league. Yeah.
You had to throw it in, innit?
No,
I had it in there. I was waiting for to do that. I was waiting.
Check this out. Chelsea won the league, yeah, but check this out. You see when Chelsea won the league, they done it with brutality. I'll tell you why.
This guy, man.
I'll tell you why.
Propaganda.
I'll tell you why. See Arsenal unbeaten season. And let me lie. I'd love to have unbeaten season, but check these stats here now, yeah? You see when Chelsea won the Premier League, yeah? Or did Arsenal get 90 points? 90 points, unbeaten season. Chelsea got 95 points that season. Yeah? That was a record until 2 years ago when City won the Premier League 100 points.
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. Pause. Next thing. We, to this day, actually, I think it's been overtaken by City now. We had a record of the most goals scored in the Premier League. Yeah? That was a record until City beat it. And to this day, we still have a record of the least goals conceded in a season. Do you know how many goals we conceded in that season? 15 goals.
That's mad.
That's crazy.
That is
mad. You know how mad that is?
We conceded 15 goals. So at the time, you got to remember, at the time, so cool. Won the Premier League. We blasted it. 95 points. Most goals scored. Least goals conceded. Blast the Premier League. So in a sense, if you talk about records, obviously Invincible season is great. Like I said, love Chelsea to do it. It'll be a great addition to our trophy cabinet of many Premier Leagues we have. But the record we set, which also, even our home record, even look at our home record. We're 86 unbeaten games undefeated at home. Which also can't be broken. Not saying, again, that's in comparison to unbeaten season and that the Invincible's done, but I feel like I said, statistically wise, as a Chelsea fan, I'd rather Chelsea win the treble than do unbeaten season.
And also as well, I'm just going to get bare sound bites. Draws are overrated.
Bare draws.
Draws are overrated, man. Sorry. Draws are overrated.
Draws.
Sorry.
They are. Bare draws are overrated. And I, like I said, before today and before I properly deeped the whole situation, it was very tough. Obviously, I haven't got into the players yet because, again, this whole thing, this is one part of the argument. The players that are in that team had another part and we put both together.
I gotta say one thing quickly as well, on the same topic. Going out and beating teams is different to just holding off teams from scoring. If you set up defensively, they can't score. Anyone can set up defensively and just block you from scoring. Put 11 men behind the ball.
Yeah.
But going out and beating teams, that's a whole different energy. So that's what I'm saying. I know. I'm just saying
to add to that as well. Like you said, going out and beating teams is different, but it's that mentality of the players as well. For example, like Yap Stam coming out, come on, man. Roy Keane, come on, man. Scholes, come on, man. The Arsenal team was sick, but they kind of it's like pretty football. There's certain things that they can't handle.
But on that though, when you're a defender and you're looking at Henry in the eyes, pain is coming.
But that's
through.
it though. That's it. That's the only one that you're really, really, really worried about.
Can you see
Let's
him?
Be real.
He'll look at you and smile. And be
because
like,
what certain men are saying basically is like, all of that is nice, pretty football now, but they meet in the game, United will crush them. Like,
so can I ask you something then? Can I ask you something? Seriously, serious question. Is the unbeaten season Invincibles like overrated?
That's a dangerous question.
That's a good.
And listen, that's not me saying that it is. I'm just asking as a question. Like, is it overrated then? Is there a conclusion that it's overrated?
To be fair,
does it matter?
I think it's overrated personally because the Arsenal fans drag it like it's Champions League, like you said before.
It's the greatest thing.
Like they've dragged it for so long, like it's Champions League.
You know it is.
And they just Henry this, Henry that. So it's like, and obviously you watched it and you see the magic he's done against United, for example, the chip up and the volley and all that. You see him twist man inside out. So it's like, man, rate it, but still, what have they done since that though?
And
that's where the decline was.
You know what I'll say on that as well. Here's what I'll say to that answer. Here's my answer. The Invincible season is an incredible season.
It was
a great season. There are many, many more seasons I'd have as opposed to that.
Yeah.
There are many, many more seasons I'd have. Like, if there's other teams in the Premier League, obviously we're not going off topic, but other teams' seasons they've had, there's many teams that if they said, hey, would you rather have that season or that season Invincibles, there's a lot of teams I'll pick over having just an Invincible season. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't to win every single game undefeated. The goal is to win the Premier League.
Yeah. But I'll give to them though, in terms of the football they played in that season, that I witnessed as a child growing up,
it's different.
Bro, that made me do things outside myself in the garden thinking, this is different.
And you know, is that
the football they played was mad.
That stems onto the next topic in it, because obviously, if Martin picks up, we can obviously get him involved because we need an Arsenal fan to back his team, because you got a Chelsea fan, a Palace fan, and United fan just gone in at Arsenal. But again, do you know what it is? Like I said, I'd love Chelsea to do unbeaten season. I'd love it, but it's closer, and it's closer for someone to be unbeaten season and get trouble. Liverpool last year needed an unbeaten season, and then that would have been eradicated. Arsenal could have been eradicated.
Gone forever.
Whereas the Man United winning the treble, you got to win 3 trophies, and one of them is the hardest trophy to win.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, okay.
Wait. Arsenal never won it, have they? Never won.
Nearly did though. Nearly did.
Hearts got broken.
Yeah,
hearts got broken.
That's when Henry left.
And then Henry left and tried to people that beat the
bit.
That's mad.
And it is my thing as well. It's this as well.
So what? So what? Chelsea the only London team to win champion? Oh, mad.
Don't even. I'll go there or Moscow if you don't even go there. If I'm not cold night in Moscow, don't even go there, bro.
You know, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you this year.
Cool. How many you won last decade? How many Prems last
we
decade?
talk about the 99 and Invincibles.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So you want to change something?
I'll tell you this year as well. Like, quickly just to go off, like you mentioned Liverpool, right? Okay. Or let's mention Chelsea, for example. See, when Chelsea won Champions League, Lampard said a famous statement, which I always remember, which I thought was cap anyway. He was like, I always thought Chelsea were the best team in the world. Well, now we are. Cap. United, that treble, they were the best team in the world. Truly the best team in the world. They won everything. There's no one that can dispute that.
Do you know what it is as well? Because you see when, like, obviously the leagues are different, but you see when, like, Bayern Munich or Barcelona win all their trophies, they are truly, like,
they're
the best.
They're the best because they
dominate their league.
Then they came outside and dominated
the Europe thing as well.
Yeah.
Whereas Arsenal, European, like, they got knocked out by a 2004 Chelsea team when Wayne Bridge knocked them out. Wayne Bridge scored the goal.
Let's not take. Let me go back as well. Invincible season. You are still champions. You won Prem.
Exactly.
But my focus is on. It sounds. You lot man gonna hate me, but my focus is on the trophy. I don't give a damn about what undefeated thing you done. I'll be real with you. Like, obviously it's a great thing, but at the end of the day, when there's many people want to the Prem, and winning the Prem is the most important thing. So you could drag the Invincibles. Invincibles is great, but.
But then again, some people value the Prem more than they do Champions League because they say that English football is the best in the world. So some people do value the Prem more than they do Champions League. That's true. But it's true though, bro.
Do you know what I think it is though as well?
Do you think that?
No, I don't think that.
But you know, I think it's I also think I also think it's the capacity of the club though. For example, if Leicester win the Premier League, they don't really care about Champions League because it's too out of reach for them.
Yeah,
Not now, but
no, but then their common sense has to apply.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, both are huge achievements.
Definitely.
But like I said, we've gone to the statistics side of what would you rather, basically, like what sounds better and what looks better. But let's get onto the actual team. Has anyone got anything else to add?
No.
Because I've got the teams in it. I've got head to heads in it. So we'll start in goal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the keeper we got on goal is Peter Schmeichel. 999 Peter Schmeichel. 2004 Jens Lehmann.
Come on, man.
Hey, now it's fam. Let's disrespect the thing, but
one keeper. Do you know what it is? I know I keep going back to Chelsea, but personally, the best goalkeeper in Premier League history, I'm not going to chat too much about it, is Petr Cech.
We don't care.
We don't care. No one comes close to him like that. But we'll talk about these other guys for now. But
Chelsea agenda.
Peter Schmeichel is the second best goalkeeper to ever touch base in the Premier League, personally. No disrespect to Jens Lehmann. He was a very good goalkeeper.
He was great.
I just feel like the way that Peter Schmeichel was the dominant goalkeeper in an era of football that he was in, for me, he has to go and goal out of the two.
100%.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
And he was a leader.
And again, it's not taking anything away from Jens Lehmann, but there's levels to small margins, but I'm having him. Is that Martin?
It's Martin.
Chat to him.
Martin. Martin, it's Lennox from the DC podcast. You're on live.
Do you want my other number?
Yeah. Can you text me that?
Yeah.
Hello?
This one is no good. Yeah.
Cool, we're going to text it to you. So we'll get back to Martin in a second. So, as I was saying, we'll stick Peter Schmeichel in goal.
Yeah.
I feel that's a hands down thing. Right, next thing. Right backs. We've got Gary Neville, young, fresh, bowl cutting hair Gary Neville, young buck. Yeah. Versus Lauren.
Shut up, man. Don't do that.
That's their right back, innit? So Gary Neville or Lauren,
Yeah.
whoever at right back. You're just gonna say Bay United players, so
No, to be fair, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go Gaza still.
Yeah, so am I. Like, I'm
do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what
say.
it is?
Up and down, he done the basics very well, and he was hard working. Guaranteed to find Becks down the wing, overlapping.
Their link up was crazy for England, for United. Again, I'm gonna have to go with Neville for this right back. Right back.
We'll go to a quick recap for my man as well.
That's called Martin. Martin joining us on the call.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Martin. It's Lennox from the DC podcast. You're live. It's Lenzo from the DC podcast. You're live.
Afternoon, evening. How is everyone?
We're good, man. We're
Good,
good.
good,
We're
good.
just talking about. So we started off by just talking about obviously Frank Lampard, and it coming to the subject of two clubs at the moment have two ex-players that are now managers, and we just thought we'd touch base on the two teams that they had dominance on. So it was the 1999 United team and the 2004 Arsenal team. So it's a tough subject. So we thought, like, if they were to play each other right now, like, what team would be victorious in that game? So we've got the treble winners of 1999 versus the Invincibles of 2004. We're also joined here by a United fan, so we get two opinions here. So, Martin, over to you.
Who would win out of the 2004 Arsenal side and the 1999 United side?
Yeah.
A tough one because they're two very good sides, but two very different sides as well. If you look at the Arsenal side, 2004, I would say they got more attacking flair than United.
Yeah.
You could say United were better, stronger at the back. If Arsenal's front four, you got Bergkamp, Henry, Pires, Lundberg, Vieira behind them.
Seriously.
And then you've then got United, and they've got Yapstam, Neville, Schmeichel. I think it might have been Dennis Irwin at the time at the back.
Yeah.
Correct.
And maybe Ronnie Johnson. Was he the centre half?
Yeah, it was Ronnie Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were very solid at the back, but I'd say the Arsenal attack would be quite devastating at times, and we see that when that team went unbeaten, didn't they? So
Yeah, but we're saying that. Don't say. One sec. We're saying that. Don't talk as if Dwight York didn't slap how many goals that season. I believe it was 29. Andy Cole 24. So
Stats.
listen, we had numbers and going forward as well. So at the back we were solid. Going forward, petrifying teams.
I agree with that. And
So-
you had Beckham giving delivering gigs as well.
Yeah.
And they grinded the results out, but I don't think they had the same flair as the Arsenal side of 2004. I think it would be a very close contest between both sides. But I think that the Arsenal side would be too devastating. I think creating space and moving too quickly. They had too much energy.
Martin, the United fan, shaking his head when you're talking about devastating. Shaking his head.
Devastating. And you mentioned Vieira, so we didn't have Roy Keane and Scholes in the middle.
No, Roy Keane
Aggression, balance, distribution, vision,
he did.
goals.
He was a bully, but Vieira had him. I'm pretty sure Vieira had him in his pocket many times when they played.
No, he was shaking in the tunnel from what I heard. But he was
Martin.
picking on Gaza for no reason and started shaking in the tunnel. But that's another conversation.
Martin, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so before you came on, like, I just wanted to, we were talking about, the weight of the achievements, the great, fantastic Invincible season of 2004 and the treble winners. Now, the question was posed by DC that, like, if you had to choose one of those seasons for your club, the treble, so we got the Carling Cup,
No, the FA Cup.
sorry, the FA Cup, the Premier League, yeah, and the Champions League, the Holy Grail, yeah, or you've got the incredible season where you didn't lose a damn game, yeah. What would you actually pick? And I'm asking you as an Arsenal fan, just be honest right now. What would you choose?
Be honest.
I lost you there completely. Apologies, a really bad line.
That's all right. Can you hear me now?
Ask that question again. I
Yeah,
can hear you now. Yeah,
That's
sorry.
fine. Okay, so basically, we were just talking about the weight of the two achievements. So we got the treble season of 1999, and we got the 2004 Invincibles, right? Two great achievements.
Yeah.
DC posed a question. And he asked, "What would you rather have for your club? Would you rather have an Invincible seasons where you didn't win a single game. You didn't lose a single game, sorry. And you won the Premier League, flawless victory, fatality. Or the treble, where you won the FA Cup, the greatest cup competition in the world, the Premier League, the greatest league in the world, and the holy grail of football, the Champions League. If you could choose one of those seasons, what would you choose for your club? And to be honest, if you're an Arsenal fan, I just want to hear your thoughts.
Right, so the winning the Champions League is on my goal.
All right.
I said it earlier, didn't I?
Have a good night, mate.
I told you earlier. Yeah, sorry, Martin, carry on.
I'm not finished because but anyone can do that every season. Not everyone goes undefeated. So you have to...
If anyone could do it every season, maybe not.
You can balance the argument and say, right, okay, fine. So you were there as you've won the Champions League, which is there to be won every year, but going undefeated, what was that? The last time it happened was 19th century, I think. Yeah,
Ipswich. No, Preston, innit? Yeah, Preston.
I'll give you that one. That's a good shout. But still...
So therefore,
I'm not gonna lie.
But still...
I lost you there, sorry, but you're recognised as an invincible, and therefore that can't be taken away from you. It's going to be something... It's not just a round of 16 games or 12 games to get to a final. You're going 38 games throughout that season without your opposition beating you.
You sound like you're discrediting the Champions League. You sound like you're
I'm not
discrediting.
discrediting the Champions League. Don't get me wrong. I'd love Arsenal to win the Champions League.
I bet you would.
But we won Prem, FA Cup and Champions League. So what are you saying about the squad in terms of depth and quality to do that in one season?
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games. More than 50 games.
Across all them competitions.
Different country, different players. Not just Prem, not just in your garden.
100%, Liverpool did the same thing, didn't they? But they did the Mickey Mouse version and they won.
So why are you bringing that up then?
No, we're talking about 2004 though. But
Liverpool
I hear
team
you,
didn't
fair
even
enough.
count.
So Martin, here's another thing as well, yeah? If like last season Liverpool done the whole league unbeaten, would that kind of take away Arsenal's achievement and kind of not eradicate it? Because that's, like I said...
It would diminish it slightly on the basis someone else done it. Yeah, 100%. Every Arsenal fan loves to know that we went undefeated, but then every Arsenal fan knows deep down they'd love to win the Champions League. So it's balancing, isn't it? It's like you can only deal with what you've done. That the Arsenal side that went undefeated should have won the Champions League. They had ample opportunities without the start of the 11.
Do you blame? You see, for Arsenal, because obviously, like I said, they went 49 league games unbeaten in the Premier League. It's a great achievement, but do you blame Wenger and his tactical approach to them other games, them key games, especially the Champions League quarter-final to Chelsea? Do you blame his tactical decisions to not be clinical in them games for the reasons why he didn't, win more domestically with that team?
That's more luck. You create your own luck, and you can't win everything. You can't win every game.
Well, some teams can in 1999.
I've got, Martin. I've got a stat for you. Yeah, the last. The last run of games that Arsenal had, I think you drew 6 of them, which goes to and one of them was obviously I think it was in the Champions League, but it goes to show that I feel like near the end of the season that kind of winning edge has kind of gone because
it's difficult. If you say the last 6 games, we won the league at Tottenham, we drew 2-2 and they scored a last minute penalty. We were 2-0 up in 15 minutes.
That's facts.
So it swings and roundabouts. Like I think, if I recall rightly, Tottenham was celebrating like they had stopped us winning the league. Like we only needed a point.
Yeah.
A team that have gone 38 games or on an unbeaten run, they're going to be nervous, aren't they? Because they know that there's
they want to preserve that
potentially on the horizon. So you can have a bit of nervousness, but at the end of that season, we ran out of legs. We played Chelsea away and got a 1-1 draw in the Champions League, and then we lost. We should have been 2-0 up, 3-0 up in the first half, and then we just run out of legs. We got caught on the counter by Wayne Bridge. We lost that game, and we was out of that competition. I think the same thing with the FA Cup. We went out the FA Cup at the quarter-final stage or semi-final stage, and we played Liverpool 3 days later and turned them. We were 2-0 down and won 4-2. So
mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you something? We were deliberating this before you got here. How many draws did they have that season?
United.
9, I think.
They drew 12 games.
You drew 12 games.
12. Yeah.
Are draws overrated?
Well, you look at the teams we drew against. 2 of them were United home and away. We drew against Tottenham away, off the top of my head. Are draws overrated? You've got to grind those results out. It depends. You look at the 0-0 draw where it all started against United, Van Nistelrooy and Keown. That's where the 49-game unbeaten run was part of that season, and that was a game where we had our backs against the wall, and we were quite lucky to get a man sent off and lucky to get away with Van Nistelrooy missing a penalty. It could have been completely different. So you create your own luck. So I wouldn't say they're underrated. It all depends on if it's a dour 0-0 draw, then no one enjoys watching that. But if you're talking about 2-3 goals or end-to-end and it's just poor finishing or good defending, then that's a game that you enjoy watching.
There's some fair comments there, Martin, and I totally agree with what you're saying, but I've got something to add quickly. Now, like I said, I've been saying this whole time, both achievements are very great, but I've got one quick thing to say. For example, you can do an unbeaten season in the Premier League and get 38 draws and get relegated.
It's never going to happen.
It never could happen, but it could happen.
Technically it could happen, but it's like...
So if you used to do an unbeaten season and get 38 draws and not lose a game, but not win a game, and get relegated, can you glorify that unbeaten season? Because, for example, you've done an unbeaten season, whereas the teams like City who've won the Premier League haven't. So can they glorify their unbeaten season in the Premier League then?
Have you been listening to Adrian Durham?
No, I haven't actually. Why?
You sound like him right now.
Is it?
Yeah, you do.
You can't take away the accolade of going unbeaten, whether it's like an unbeaten season, 38 games. So whatever way you want to look at it, whether you say it's 38 draws or whether you say it's 12 draws and X amount of victories, it is what it is. It's in the record books. That's
and
what it stands for.
The mad thing about it is, I heard your point, but the difference between that and them is they went undefeated and won the trophy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
They won the league out there.
So yeah, we'll move on then. So before we got you on the call, we're just talking about we had like player versus player in it. So we start with the goalkeeper. So we had Peter Schmeichel versus Jens Lehmann, and as a collective here, we picked Peter Schmeichel to go and goal. So is that something you agree with, or?
Yeah, Jens Lehmann was mad as a hatter, but Schmeichel's a better keeper, yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. So we can all agree on that, yeah. Right backs, and bearing in mind, if there's any players that are meant to be in this Arsenal team that are not, please feel free to add them in there. So we got right backs Gary Neville versus Lauren. As a collective as well, we all agreed on Gary Neville. Would you agree with that as well?
It's very tough. Lauren was very hard. He was a midfielder who was moved to fullback. That's a tough one, 50-50. I can see Gary Neville was there for his defensive prowess, but he didn't give you anything. I don't recall him giving much going forward. But if you look at the other, this part that
you what?
Come out with the other defenders.
He didn't give nothing going forward, but with Bex overlaps. No. Nah, I don't know what football he's watching, man. But
I was watching United week in, week out.
Yeah, he gave a lot going forward.
So I'm not doubting that. I can only go by my own.
Alright, fair enough. My bad. Continue.
So we'll park that for a minute. Let me hear what the other ones you've got for the other.
Alright, cool. So we've obviously got the two centre half pairings. So we've got Ronnie Johnson and Jaap Stam, and then we've got Kolo Toure and Sol Campbell. So you can pick one from each team if you want to, or pick two together if you want to do that. So it's up to you. Out of the four, what two are you starting?
Sol Campbell's got to be 100%.
Yeah.
And I'd say Jaap Stam as well. Yeah,
to be fair, I'll probably agree with that. I'd remove, in all due respect, I'd remove Ronnie Johnson. Yeah. And then out of the three, we've got Jaap Stam, Kolo Toure, and Sol Campbell. I feel like, Sol Campbell at the time was
Unbeatable.
Unbeatable. And then we got Jaap Stam, who is a legend in itself. So I'd have to go with the two. Do we agree with them too?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So we'll go with Jaap Stam and Sol Campbell at centre half. The next one, the left back, is a very tough one. Because we've got Dennis Irwin versus Ashley Cole.
Ashley Cole's the best English left back we've had.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's true.
That is true.
Well.
That's the only man I've seen tame CR7, so I'll take that one.
He's best.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know what it is? I watched that the other day, and by the way, I'm not saying this is correct. I'm just saying what I heard in it. So, the thing I read or watched was that Ashley Cole, since like 1995, has been the best English player that's played for England because he's the only player in his position who's been the best in the world at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So like
all
of the other
Quite
players,
a long period of time as well.
Exactly.
all of the other players. So obviously we talk about Rooney and that as well. Like
Not gonna lie. Yeah.
he was probably like the best in it. So yeah, we'll go with Ashley Cole then, innit? Right midfields. David Beckham versus Freddie Ljungberg.
Two different players, very tough, but I think on the spin of a coin, you've probably got to give it to Beckham, personally.
I agree with that. I'm not even going to say nothing. What else you got to add to that?
Ljungberg was a different type of player. Ljungberg was more, he was getting behind the strikers and feeding on the passes where Beckham's more about crossing the ball and whipping the ball in. It's quite difficult because Ljungberg scored a lot of important goals, but you can't ignore Beckham's quality from
He didn't score that much though, to be fair.
Who, Ljungberg?
Yeah, he didn't score that much, I don't think.
He scored decisive goals.
Yeah. But he's also a headless chicken at times. Let's remember that. Let's remember that. His football brain wasn't always there, Martin. Let's be real. But Beck's had intelligence.
No.
Didn't Bex deliver them balls to win the Champions League as well?
Intelligence. Come on.
Yeah. To be fair, it is a tough one because they're both very good players.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna have to go for Bex.
So am I.
So is that another?
Yeah.
So we've got two Arsenal players in the team so far. We'll go over the team after. We still got to go back to the right back as well. Centre midfields. Juicy one. So we've got Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Gilberto Silva, Patrick Vieira.
Paul Scholes is going in.
Vieira's in there, without doubt.
Yeah, Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes is going in.
Yeah.
You don't even try it.
Paul Scholes is going in.
He's going in for my team.
Yeah, I'd say Vieira has to go in. And it has to
Sorry?
Vieira. I'd say Vieira and Paul Scholes as the two in midfield.
Yeah, they're great. Vieira definitely in there, and I'll agree Scholes. Vieira and Kane would be too similar if you're trying to pick it.
Yeah, too much aggression.
Yeah,
They'll probably try to fight each other on the pitch as well.
We've got that energy, so you'll take Vieira.
They'll probably try to fight each other as well and cause some beef. Right, left midfield, yeah. We've got Ryan Giggs versus Robert Pires.
Oh.
I think Pires gives more consistently, and there's goals in Pires. So for me, it'd be Pires.
What are you saying, Don?
He's got a point.
I know Perez. I think he got 24 goals that season. I think.
I don't know.
From what I remember,
Beast.
I'm not even an Arsenal fan, but I rate him highly.
Yeah, man.
I rate him highly. He had that elegance about him. That Berbatov-esque kind of. I'm trying to say he had that thing about him, so I respect that. But see, with Giggsy for me though, yeah, it's just something different about him. But I don't think he did that much that season, to be fair.
And you know what is
he contributed, but
24
in terms of
goals.
24 goals,
Like
Perez,
24 goals.
Yeah.
Perez.
that's till now. People don't do that.
No, they don't.
That's what I'm saying. So for him to come from there and score 24 goals, boy.
So we'll pick Pires then for that one. And then strikers. We got Dwight York, Andy Cole, Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry.
On reason.
Henry has to be.
First of all, on reason.
On reason.
I don't want him to.
Mr.
On
Van
reason.
Roon has to
On
be
reason. On reason.
Now it's just.
Je ne sais quoi.
He's got that.
Now it's just the other person that pairs him.
So, name the three again.
So we got Dwight York.
One sec. We can't go past Henry like that though. We got to talk about that man for a while still.
Didn't he have
Thierry Henry was
I'm not
different.
gonna lie, that season he got robbed the Ballon d'Or because I think he got 32 goals and 16 assists or something like that.
I think he got 39 goals in all competitions, I think.
Was it like that?
I think so.
And he got robbed, but Nevid won, innit, the Ballon d'Or that year.
Yeah. And it was mad about, like, as you always say, like, they ain't strikers that can take it from halfway and go all the way.
And not just halfway, the left side or the right side.
And cut in and do whatever they want to do.
One thing I always say as well is that Henry, obviously, my favourite non-Chelsea player is Thierry Henry. He is a different. To this day, you'll never see anyone in the Premier League who can do what he can do as a forward.
And you know what's mad? He scored every kind of goal you could think of.
Exactly.
Yeah. Headers.
Inside,
back
outside,
heels, inside the box,
kicks.
Chips,
sliding, whatever
you want.
And
Scruffy team.
He never ran. He glid.
He was in his prime as well in that season. That season he scored a ridiculous amount of goals. The defenders didn't know what to do with him.
They didn't.
Him knocking the ball around Jamie Carragher that season and like he weren't there, and then just running like the other side of him off the pitch and back on. Some of the goals he scored were just exquisite.
Martin, what about that little volley he scored against United? You know, he chipped it and then done the swivel and then
that was
a good one, isn't it?
I rate that one still.
Before there's that,
On the edge of the 18, isn't it?
Yeah, edge of the 18. Just
fantastic player.
um,
To see him in the Premier League.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
one of the best to play.
Grace
And that one step free kick. Do you remember that as well?
different.
When
Like-
he did the one.
Yeah.
Come
You're not
on,
allowed
man.
to do that. Like, why are you allowed to
The
do
only
that?
thing he flopped is when he done that penalty of Perez against Wigan. Was it Wigan or whoever it was? Where they tried to do that little passing thing in the penalty spot and it kind of flopped.
Oh
and
yeah,
then-
yeah.
Middlesbrough, yeah.
Middlesbrough, yeah. So yeah, we've got obviously Henry. So who's gonna partner him in that?
Name the three again.
Right.
So we've got Dwight York, Andy Cole, Dennis Bergkamp.
Well, for me, it'd be Bergkamp. But that's just me. And Bergkamp is up there in my top 3 players I've seen play. Geezer just oozes class.
So Bergkamp.
That's nothing against Andy Cole or Dwight York, by the way, because they're both goal scorers. But I think Bergkamp, if you're looking at a combined 11, Bergkamp's got so much more about him in terms of just goals.
In terms of bringing balance, I agree with you with that one.
His assistance, balance, aggression, like just class, calmness. But he was just, you see some of the goals he scored, or some of the assists he got, the goal at Newcastle, the ridiculous flick around the corner. He gets sent off places because he sticks his foot in, but his assistance, his passing, just intelligence, class player.
In saying that though, you can't take away from Andy Cole and Dwight York because that man needs to just do top bins every day like it's a joke.
Every day, fam.
So you have to remember that as well. And you're talking about Bergkamp, he brings all those things, but ultimately we want goals and results. And those guys provided goals. Either one of them. I believe they got 17 and 18 goals that season in Prem. And then in all competitions, I think it was 29 and 24 or something like that.
And where
So-
you've got Henry already, who can do the assistant thing as well. Having an out-and-out goal scorer will really help the team.
It will compromise it.
Exactly.
What's the compromise? We'll have Henry with who though? Who we having?
I'll go York. For the more goals. That's what the reason I'm going to go York. I think it was because he got more goals.
Are we going Henry and York, yeah?
I feel sorry for Andy Cole and leave him out like that. That hurts me, fam.
And,
That hurts me to leave Cole out though, man.
It hurts me to leave Cole out as well,
Yeah.
but I think
To leave Cole out, but
I think that's
yeah, well, I'll settle for that. I'll take that.
yeah. Cool. So yeah, just wrapping up then the team we've got. So we've got Schmeichel in goal. We haven't got a right back yet.
Neville. Let's be real.
My brain still says Lauren, but I've got the majority vote. I'm outvoted.
Cool. So we got Schmeichel in goal, Neville right back. We've got Yapstam, Sol Campbell. We've got Ashley Cole left back. We've got David Beckham right mid. We've got Scholes and Vieira in the middle. We've got Perez left mid, and then we've got Mr. Vavavoom himself, Thierry Henry, and Dwight York up top. So, again, the inevitable answer, which is an unpopular opinion, and we may agree to disagree, but there's only one correct answer, is which team in this present day, if there's to play each other right now, would be the winning team?
United.
Arsenal.
Even with that even with Ferguson behind them, are you not listen, United. Come on, man, the aggression, the football,
Arsenal would
the
have
mentality.
Too much pace going forward.
Remember,
United.
Would the aggression?
Remember.
Would the aggression lead to their demise though? Like, because I'm
but it was
devil's
well
advocate.
balanced. It was well balanced. The Arsenal team was quite soft. Let's be real.
The Arsenal team played excellent.
Without Vieira, what's Arsenal? When it comes to that physicality,
They ain't there. But
no, when it comes to that physicality in the midfield, that presence, controlling it, changing the tempo of the game, slowing it down. Vieira was key for that. But we had Roy Keane and Scholes. We had Erwin, Schmeichel, that presence from the back. Pattern up. Everyone's listening to him. Arsenal never had that without Vieira. Let's be real.
Gilberto, Eddie
He was
used to
that
come
Brazilian
in.
guy.
We had Ray
Inconsistent, like,
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is, Len? I think it's up to me and you, because obviously Martin's going to pick Arsenal.
Yeah.
Don's
It's
going
up
to
to
pick
me.
United. So it's up to... Do you want to have a say as well? No? Okay, cool. So we'll have us two, yeah? So... You see me?
let me hear you.
It's tough. I'll tell you why. The achievement side, I'd rather 1999
Yeah,
United.
so would I. The achievement side.
Players side, though.
Look at them players at Arsenal, bro.
Them Arsenal
Like,
players.
look at them players, fam.
Bad boy players.
Oh, the flair would be
I
amazing.
feel like you're talking about just Henry though.
Do you know what it is though?
Let's be real. Let's be real. And the age that we're all at right now, we grew up watching Harney more than we did in the 1999.
I was like 4 years old when 1999.
So let's be real. We saw Match of the Day every week with Henry doing bits. So that's what you're going by. That's what you're going by. Let's go by the actual players that United had though and what they did. The mentality to win in 3 different big tournaments like that. Come on, man.
Martin, quickly, yeah. What achievement?
You know what? Sorry, that's a great point. Because even when you go back to the trend of them drawing, I think United team would have went for that. They wouldn't even let that happen. Like their mentality was different. Like them men were and not to take away from Invincibles, but it got to the point where they thought, "Hey, let's just preserve this thing. Let's just draw."
Yeah.
Them man will be on you.
Clinical, innit?
Yeah, they will be on you.
And you know what else as well? Going back to the achievement side, on paper, actually no, we've established that we've had more Man United players than the Arsenal players anyway, so that's irrelevant. But
so then how can you compare the teams and say what team was better? If you had more Man United players, then it tells you, let's go lads. So it's a wrap. Realistically.
The majority vote made that decision.
No, but at the same time, you know what it is, yeah?
It's everyone's interpretation. Look, for me, I think that the Arsenal side would...
Alright, you know what I'll give you?
You think United side would beat the Arsenal side? We're going to have to agree to disagree, because you're not going to get...
Little boy.
You're asking, obviously, a question, a very good question.
Yeah. Alright, do you know what I'll give you, Martin? I'll give you the fact that the Arsenal football was much better compared to how it looked. Like how it looked was much pretty clean and finesse and gliding but yeah.
Cool. Martin, we're gonna leave it there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us, Martin.
Been enjoyable.
Cheers, mate. And we'll look to have you actually in the podcast next time and have you actually physically here. But yeah, have a good evening, mate.
Sounds good, Daniel. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, guys, big discussion we had there. Big talk. We're just gonna wrap it up now. I think we've come to the conclusion that the United team was the better team.
Let's go.
But yeah, boys, Don, thanks for coming down here.
Yes,
make sure you go and search on his podcast on Instagram.
Yeah, you guys can find that at Listen to Daddy at Instagram. Yeah, all of that. DN0VN. Follow me on Instagram. All of that.
And yes,
it'll be in the description below as well, man.
Yeah, same with Lenzo as well. And yeah,
man.
guys, see you next week.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Guys.
Cheers.
Really, we're the kings of the Sunday, on the ball from the Monday.